Hello, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and today we're going to be visiting with the Alternative Learning Center, and we're going to have a couple of students and the man, John, the man in charge of the community service classes there. First, we're going to thank our sponsors because they're what bring us this show, and we really appreciate them. We hope you do too. Our premier sponsors are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, and Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Brookdale Senior Living, Little Theater of Owatonna, and the Owatonna Foundation. And our interlude sponsors are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Company, Glenn Mager and Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson, Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete, the Owatonna Business Incubator, Snap Fitness, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Inc. Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. We sure hope that you will support these fine sponsors just as they are supporting us and our community. We'll be right back. We're going to be visiting with folks from the Alternative Learning Center. Stick with us.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Hello, welcome back. We are here with John Dickerman from the Alternative Learning Center, and with us also are Kaycee and Isaac. And so let's learn a little bit about the students that are here, and then we'll also talk to John about what he's been up to. So let's start with you, Kaycee.
I'm a junior at the Owatonna ELC. I've been there for 3 years.
You've been there almost your whole student career. And so you're a junior, you're going to be a senior coming up?
Yep.
All right. And how about you, Isaac?
I'm a sophomore at the Owatonna ELC.
So
It's my first year here.
It's your first year here. And
year.
did you just join from OHS or did you come from somewhere else?
I came from out of state when I was living down in Arizona.
You were living in Arizona and you came here and you decided to go straight to the ALC.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what caused you to, did you start at the ALC or?
No, I was at the high school and I was there for a quarter, I think, and then I transferred. I was always skipping class and I had bad attendance and I was not passing any of my classes, getting in trouble. So I transferred.
So you transferred to the Alternative Learning Center. I keep saying ALC, but we should call it what it is. Okay. So you decided, you might do better if you went to the Alternative Learning Center.
Yeah.
And how about you, Isaac? What made you decide to go straight to the Alternative Learning Center?
When I was down in Arizona, pretty much the same thing happened to me here. I fell behind in all my classes, so I tried to come up here so I can try to catch back up and probably go back to high school.
Okay, so catch back up at the Alternative Learning Center and
yeah.
then transfer to the high school? Is that
More
your
likely,
plan, maybe?
yeah.
Okay, all right. So, John, you get to work with these kids every day, which is great. There's, gorgeous kids and a lot of fun working with kids, too, as well as challenging.
Yeah.
So tell us first just a little bit, what do you do there at the Alternative Learning Center? And then we're going to talk about one of the reasons that we're here, two of the reasons. One is the downtown cleanup that the students are going to be involved in, and also the fundraiser that they are having for their teacher, Don Hettinga. So John, what do you do?
Well, what I do is I'm part-time, or not part-time, but part-time at the ALC, part-time at the high school, senior high school. So I split time, but I get the opportunity to come down and teach service learning at the Alternative Learning Center.
And what does service learning do for the students?
what it does is it provides I would say more of a hands-on, practical, rather than learn out of a book, and you're able to take concepts and put them into real life practice. And things like letter writing, because like with some of the events that we do, I mean, there's promotion, so there's marketing aspects. You write press releases, create flyers. So there's just a lot of things, brainstorming that students have to do to look at how would we market a specific event, how do we pull the event off. And the fun thing is it's hands-on, so that they literally are carrying it out. And it's not something where they hand in a paper necessarily, but they actually put on an event. And so when the event is over, it's like there's a pride factor, and it just really builds self-confidence, and they learn professionalism because they get to work with professionals in the community, and so they get exposure to business owners and professionals in downtown as well.
Great. And so did either of you two help with some of the promotional aspects, and what was that like for you interacting with people downtown?
We pretty much we really went down and started handing out flyers, stuff like that, asking them if they would be willing to display the flyer in their window to help get some public view and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And so what is this cleanup event exactly?
We pretty much just, our whole school, we go in groups and we clean up cigarette butts, garbage, anything like that, and we sweep just the whole town.
So all of downtown, and it's groups of kids. So when you see these beautiful groups of kids downtown, they are doing a public service, so please be sure to thank them. They're not going to be, they're not doing any troublemaking. That's a bad stigma that teenagers have, but it's neat that you guys are going to be down there doing that cleaning. And where does the cleaning take place exactly?
It goes from North Street to Bridge Street, and then it goes from the path down by the river to Elm Street.
Okay.
So we break up into about 7 or 8 groups, and then we each, depending upon how much work there is in each block, typically there'll be like 2 or 3 blocks that each group will take, and then the alleys are the big things because they just get filled with gravel and litter, and so we sweep all that in, and then it's in conjunction with the street department as well. So then they come with a street sweeper.
Oh,
and then
okay.
after they sweep everything in, so the street sweeper can get to it, then they come in and really clean it up.
So Kaycee, did you do this last year, where you were one of the sweepers and the picker-uppers and all of that?
I did it my freshman year and this year. This is my 3rd year doing it.
So you're a pro. So you sweep it all in the center, and then the city folks come and pick up, because I guess it's kind of some big piles then, really. So it's going to be neat to see you guys downtown, and that's going to be next Friday, right?
Yep.
Next Friday the 15th. And what time are you going to be doing this?
It's
Do you have
9.
the time?
Isn't it 9?
Well, what happens is we meet at the school, and then we'll actually have a breakfast for the cleanup crew, the city. They come in and join us, and then they help kind of do a preface to the event and orientation, and then the cleanup starts about 10 o'clock, and then we clean till about 11:30, and then we meet up at we clean Central Park, and then we at noon. The business people and Main Street, Owatonna, with Melanie Sunward, they put on a cookout for the students for doing all the cleanup.
Oh wow! And who's involved in that? Who's helping with that? The businesses are donating.
Well, we have some really good donors because it's our 14th year, and so there's been some good relationships. St. Clair's for Men has been really instrumental in helping us. A lot of times they'll donate shirts, and they donate portions of the shirts. Court Sports does a lot of things for us. Main Street, Owatonna, Wagner's, Culligan, Christie's, it's all kinds of them. Owatonna Shoe. We put all the sponsors on the back of the T-shirt, so make sure you read the back of the T-shirt.
Yeah, be sure look at those students' backs. Because all the sponsors.
Because we value all those people.
Yeah, definitely. That's really great. They know the kids are giving back by helping and cleaning up the downtown, and of course they're giving back to support the kids doing that. I think that's really great. And then what else is going on? So your teacher, Don Hettinga, who has cancer, there's a benefit. How about if you guys want to talk about that? What's going on? What are you doing for this benefit?
Like right now or whatever, we're starting to sell like some bracelets like these or whatever to help get some more cash coming in or whatever, just so we can get it to raise it for him.
How much are these bracelets?
They're $3 a piece.
So I owe you $3, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And so you're selling bracelets, and what else are you doing?
Like we're doing right here, whatever, for on the 15th or whatever, the same day, we're having a benefit for him or whatever, like spaghetti supper.
So there's a spaghetti supper the same night that you guys are doing during the day. You're doing the cleanup. At night, you're going to have this spaghetti supper. And are you making the spaghetti?
It's at the Eagles.
It's at the Eagles,
Yeah.
so they're making it. And what are you students going to be doing?
We'll serve food and
Clean up after.
So you're going to be serving us, and you're going to be cleaning up after us.
Yeah.
Okay. The tables have turned.
Maybe tell us about Don's story.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, I'll just add on to that night also. There's the spaghetti supper, but there's also a silent auction, and also there's a bake sale. And then in addition to the spaghetti supper, which is $8 in advance, 10 at the door at the Eagles. Like Isaac said, we're selling wristbands as well. But Don has been a teacher at the alternative school for 13 years, and he actually contracted cancer about 4 years ago, and then it wasn't melanoma that time, and then a year later he got melanoma, and so he'd been going through treatment and for about 2 years, and then looked like it was in the clear, and then he came down with melanoma again here just recently. And so we're doing whatever we can to help them defray cost of, so going back. I mean, you come back and forth to the hospital and different things like that. So
Medical expenses.
Anything helps. Yeah.
And so, how much do you hope to raise? Is there any goal for that?
Conservative goal would be about $3,000. Stretch goal would be $5,000.
Okay. We can do more than that, right, folks?
GoFundMe page.
So I think on the website we're going to have this on there, but you can go to www.gofundme.com/P21EKW. And so this event again is May 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. It's at the Eagles Club. It's the spaghetti supper and silent auction and bake sale. So I'm sure you can come and just even bid on the silent auction stuff or buy some goodies.
And if you'd like to donate anything, you could call the Alternative Learning Center as
So
well.
for the
You'll
silent
find that on
auction.
the school website, the number.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
you want to donate something to the silent auction, then please do contact the ALC. And I think that's all the time we have right now. But thank you so much
Thank you.
to the students. And so a soon-to-be junior, soon-to-be senior, a senior,
A senior.
and a soon-to-be senior. Thanks so much. We really appreciate you being here. And we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate our supporters. Stick with us for a word from our sponsors.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and I am joined now by Michelle Gwin from the Retrofit Companies, and we're talking about their e-cycling program. So for people who don't know, what is e-cycling?
We have the Retrofit Companies has been hosting collections, well, really throughout Minnesota for maybe about 17 years or so, which we host the Steele County Collection, which allows residents to come in and get rid of anything from maybe some old fluorescent lamps to big thing is electronics, old TVs, computers, for a discounted rate.
Okay.
And we do that spring and fall every year.
So what is a typical, those big TVs with the big back?
ginormous
What are
ones?
those? What's the typical cost for that? And then what is the reduced cost? Do you know?
At the collection, it's $10 for any size TV. Otherwise, it's 25 cents a pound. I mean, you do the math, a couple 100 pounds with those bigger TVs.
Yeah.
It's a huge savings, So
normally it's going to cost you per pound, but here there's going to be a flat rate for that large
Absolutely.
item. What about a refrigerator?
Appliances are $15, which typically they're double the cost, $30 during non-event times. So.
And let me back up. You're so knowledgeable about this, Michelle. What is it that you do for the Retrofit Companies? We should have asked about
I
that.
have been with the Retrofit Companies for 7 years, doing a lot of collections like this. Work with businesses and trying to get an environmental idea together on how to recycle properly. Minnesota is kind of a no-nonsense state for recycling. We're kind of ahead of the curve, so
What does it mean that we're a no-nonsense state for recycling?
We work off of MPCA, which is a higher standard than the EPA. So Minnesota has specific requirements for recycling as a business that you have to provide proof of recycling. And we help them with that.
Awesome.
We put together programs. We work with school districts, counties, businesses, you name it.
Okay, so that they can be in compliance with MPCA.
Absolutely.
And by the way, so she's got this great list here of the items that can be recycled and the costs, and they can find that probably at retrofitcompanies.com, right?
Yep,
I think it's up
absolutely.
on your screen. So be sure that you if you're interested in what things will cost. So what are the kinds of things that people are going to be recycling?
Oh my gosh, so the biggest key item is probably electronics. Last year during spring we collected about 93,000 pounds of electronics.
Wow.
And then fall is our slower season. I think most people collect during the wintertime, during Christmas, so spring is a busy time for us.
Spring cleaning, and
Yep.
so that makes sense.
Which we've also got paper shredding, documentation shredding, that's going to be during that May 16th collection, so people can come in, drop their checkbooks off, or
Is that a free thing, or is that also with the low cost?
they do ask for a $5 donation.
Okay.
But and I mean, legitimately, it's a great service. So that'll be on the back side. Our collection will be from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. on May 16th, and that'll be in the old Walmart parking lot, the big honkin' lot.
Right,
You'll
right.
see all of our trucks.
The
and
big honkin' lot.
Lots
You know,
of
the big
crazy
honkin'
stuff
lot.
going on.
Yeah,
We get crazy there. It's a crazy couple of hours, and we have fun. And
From 9 to 1?
1, yeah.
9 to 1 on May the 16th.
That's right.
Right? Okay.
Mhm.
And so, where else can we recycle? I mean, I know the Retrofit Companies. So if beyond this date, if somebody wanted to recycle something,
We
how do
do
they?
offer drop-off anytime, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 until 4:30. Again, it's not the discounted rate, but it is an option.
Okay.
where residents can, and we do it. We have a lot of residents that drop off throughout the year. I mean, you do spring cleaning past the collection dates, and you still have that option with us.
And
so.
where are you folks located?
We're located at the old Walmart, 1010 Hoffman Drive.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yep, we're just on the back side of the building. It's pretty fancy.
It's pretty fancy.
It really is. It's quite, I mean, Steve did a great job, the owner, Steve Kath, in remodeling the back side of that building. We've been there for, I believe, 2 years now.
Have we ever toured it?
I don't
I
think
think
so.
we may need to tour the backside of the building and look at what the Retrofit Companies has done there. If
Come
it's
tour our
fancy.
backside, yes.
It's oh gosh. Okay, all right. So Michelle, on another. Yeah.
Too much information.
So so another question. There are things that other businesses are required to accept. So places like they are supposed to take back batteries and other
Sure.
things. Where are the places that do that?
We do that. We can actually take anything from, like we talked about, lamps to a ballast that comes out of a fixture to batteries. We do chemical recycling too, anything from your standard old paints all the way up to maybe some radioactives. So
Wow.
we're an awesome outlet, and if it is something that we genuinely can't help with, we have resources to provide residents with an outlet to
Okay,
look.
point us in the right place of where to go. Is there, so I have a question, there are some batteries, like the AA's, certain kinds of batteries, that you can actually throw away, is that right?
Yes.
And what kind can you throw away?
It's pretty much just your alkalines, your non-hazardous, which, I mean, you can definitely throw those away, just like an incandescent bulb you can throw away, but when we talk about green, it's not really the right thing to do. It's
Sure.
getting in the right mindset that you have options, and usually the better option isn't really a lot more expensive than the worst of the
Go
two.
the extra
So,
mile and
yeah,
recycle that.
absolutely.
And when we recycle it, what happens to all the things that we recycle?
Everything is, we're a 100% recycle company. Nothing we do is landfilled. So
Wow.
anything that we pick up is going through a recycling process. Majority of your components are being reused into new product or recycled products. So we're a great company. I mean, Steve, again, has done an amazing job for, I mean, being a small company, and we cover 7 states for recycling.
Wow, and I didn't know that 100% was recycled. So
Absolutely.
And where does this stuff go? I mean, who do you then, first of all, do they process it all there at the Retrofit Companies?
We don't process, no.
You don't?
We've got partners that we've aligned with. We do an extensive background on them, and some will go back into the glass industry, mercury industry, whatever, the precious metals. I mean, those are commodities, so people want those. Those are the things that there's value in.
What kind of precious metals are in?
You got your coppers, you got your leads. Those are probably the 2 biggest
And
components.
I think gold is in some computers.
Absolutely, like the hard drives have a little bit of gold. I mean, the newer version of product is not as, I mean, there's not a lot of precious, like really good commodities in them. It's the older versions.
So if you've got an old, computer that you just want to get rid of.
That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And so if I wanted to recycle my computer and it had gold in it, do I get any money back?
I'm sorry.
No?
I'll give you a high five.
Woo!
Yeah. We'll do high fives all day long for gold.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And so does any of this make its way to other countries that are reusing it? No.
It's we stay in the U.S.
So it's all within the U.S. and
Absolutely.
it's going to be reused.
It's going to be reused.
100%.
100%.
Reused. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And what kind of things would you recommend, since you do recycling, that people purchase to be more green as well? I mean, just on the front side of things.
I think it's always revolving. So obviously new product comes out, new TVs that are more efficient wise as far as electricity goes. And it's just the point where we offer this collection to get rid of those older items that are costing consumers a lot more money to run them.
Sure. taking more electricity or taking
absolutely.
up space in my basement, for example.
In your basement, the big tube TV
Yeah.
needs to go.
Gosh,
yeah.
it really does. It really does.
Yep, we'll be
Okay.
waiting for you.
Well, this is a great amount of information, and we don't have enough time to cover it all.
We can talk again.
But we can talk again
Yes.
and tour. We're going
Yeah.
to take a tour
Yep.
of the fancy
There you go.
Retrofit Companies building. And if you need more information, go to retrofitcompanies.com. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah,
we really
thank
appreciate you
you.
being here. And we appreciate you watching. Stick with us. We will be right back with your community announcements.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. We're going to be taking a look at our community announcements, what's going on in town here. Now through May 31st, we've got the online auction that's going to benefit the Orphanage Museum, and you can do that at auctioncityonline.com. Now through May 31st. The 63rd Annual Steele County Art Exhibition is at the Owatonna Art Center now through May 31st as well. Riverbend Nature Center is hosting Bird Fest. It's a hands-on celebration of the spring return of Minnesota's wild birds. That's on Saturday, May 23rd from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Want to learn more about your bike and safe bicycling and bring your kids to that? Attend Traffic Skills 101 Friday, May 15th, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. or Saturday, May 16th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Morehouse Park Chalet. Vintage and Perennial Plant Sale is taking place at the Village of Yesteryear. That is Saturday, May 16th, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Building Hope for Homes. It's the fundraiser for the Steele and Waseca County Habitat for Humanity. That's Friday, May 15th from 7 to 9 p.m. And I'm sorry, but where is it taking place here? Oh, Steele County History Center. Sorry about that. Upcoming blood donation opportunities, St. Joseph Church, Wednesday, May 13th, noon to 6 p.m. and May 14th, noon to 6 p.m. and Friday, May 15th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't forget that Engaged for Life for seniors and caregivers and all who love them is taking place on Wednesday, May 6th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That has moved this year. It is now at Trinity Lutheran Church. And finally, please join Bouter Recovery Institute for their open house. They have purchased the Gainey Center, and they're going to be having an open house on May 8th from 10 a.m. until noon. And noon to 1 is a tour and lunch and networking. We sure thank you for joining us, and we hope that you will come back and visit us next week. Some of our guests include the Hospital Auxiliary, Owatonna Public Utilities, and the Humane Society. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.